All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So I went a little long on my last one, so I wanted to break this up to hopefully make it easier for everyone. So I'm going to cover SNDL, ACB, High Tide, OGI, and VFF on this one. All right, so it's interesting, right? Because I've started to say that this one was starting to mimic Tilray a little bit. You can actually kind of see it still is. There seemingly is no reason for this 3 candle move down, right? Lo and behold, it looks very similar to this one, right? So SNDL still kind of mimicking the Tilray chart a bit. High Tide and OGI seem like really, really interesting outliers, and I think that's a good thing because, again, I'm still here overall bullish on 2024. I'm hoping the U.S. election year can help lift a lot of just headlines, news, awareness, and all that brings green candles, right? But I think some are still kind of following Tilray. Obviously, this one I just said I thought. I love that some aren't, and that's good, right? Because again, we're hoping the sector still lifts. Tilray gets its little reaction, goes away from its reaction, and then lo and behold kind of lifts with the sector. That's kind of what I'm thinking, especially as I look at these other 2, 4, 5 on this one, right? So, but before I go any further and I give you more of my thoughts and opinions, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? Where's my mouse? There it is. We're going to take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines, as well as the occasional diagonal trend line that I do draw manually myself. And then when we are done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can, please subscribe to this channel. Share this video online with your friends. Comment good or bad. Look, anything you can do helps me so much with these YouTube algorithms, especially if you can share the video. I am not the best at doing that, actually. So let's get into it. And look, let me know if I'm missing any headlines, but I haven't really seen any news to justify the last 4 days on SNDL, all right? And I am not here to care about anything being justified. This, unfortunately, is the reality of what the last 4 days is. But yeah, more than anything, I don't think I see a SNDL specific reason. What I see is the follow through of another stock. All right, Tilray and SNDL. Let me just stay on Tilray real quick. Tilray had a decent little move up. It was trying to get above all the moving averages. Lo and behold, it goes down. That's almost identical to what SNDL looks like. It's not as sharp as an uptrend, right? I almost was starting to draw it and hope for it. I can't pretend I wasn't. But even just that, it was still a go from the top, and then, yeah, it makes its way down, which is unfortunate, right? Something I mentioned on, good, same thing here. Look, I said it on Tilray, and you should still see it on the same view, all right? I liked that there was a lot more buying on this up than selling on this down, okay? I like that. I do. Exact same thing I see on SNDL, and lo and behold, this is even better, which again makes sense because that's not really justified, right? But again, we're not here for justified, but way more people were buying. I don't even need to go like that for like just this alone. Like, there have not been that many significant sell days. Yeah, these ones aren't nothing. I'm not trying to pretend that they aren't, right? But we had days that were 50% higher than them, right? So I see more people holding than I see just straight unloading, because that sell-off doesn't take out this buy. And then from here, it's been relatively flat. But again, there's been more buying here than selling here as well, in my opinion, right? Because again, I'm lumping all of this with all of this. And I'm still saying I think I see more green buy than red sell. I see more green buy than red sell. I think people are still holding this, all right? And that kind of takes me back to, I actually just drawed. Drawed is the past tense? I just drew. Wow, pathetic. I just drew a line, and as I'm saying it, I think I want to draw this line. Yeah, look at it. It's basically the bottom of that November candle, roughly speaking, the top of this July candle, that bigger one right there. I think that's a good line. I actually don't even think this one's going to come down to the 140 line. I don't. With Tilray, I thought it was going to come down to the next one. I don't think we'll come down to 140. If we slip 140, I think 135 should really hold. I don't think we're going to go below that line. Look, I'm not here calling bottoms. That's not something I do in my videos. I don't call tops. I don't call bottoms, right? But yeah, I don't think we need to worry about all-time lows unless we start creeping near that like 135 line. So yeah, I like today's day. Today was actually a little bit better than Tilray too, right? Because this was just a doji as opposed to another red candle on the other one. So yeah, and I've said it a couple times, right? When you have all 5 lines this tight, sometimes you go up, sometimes you go down, sometimes you go up, sometimes you go down. Then you finally have to kind of wait for a big takeoff. So maybe there's a little bit of that going on here. But overall, could be a lot worse. And like I said, I think oh man, look at this weekly chart. I had to stop talking right there. So a couple things are jumping out. Number one, the 20 and the 50 are right there together at $1.62. So $1.62 really is an important number on SNDL. The second thing really is, dude, look at this 50 moving average. I mean, since, what is this? Since September 2021, we've pretty much been well under that line. A little moment, a little moment, a little moment. 3 little moments since September 2021. Right? Like 1 moment a year almost. That's not good. So definitely a very, very hard line to break. I think if the Tilray earnings was good, it would have destroyed it. I think the fact that it wasn't made it a little bit harder. I like that we've attacked it once in September. We've attacked it once in December. You can argue that we've attacked it again now in January, right? So just keep attacking the line, keep attacking the line. Hopefully the line will get tired and we can get over that 50. But where does 160 something sit? Oh, I think that's pretty much the 100 right there. Yeah, look at that. That same 162 is the 100 moving average on the daily. That is the last of the moving averages on the daily. 162 is the money line. Very easy to come with. So could be better, could be worse is kind of my thought. I'm not going to draw this line, but I can even see this 144 holding pretty well. It's half of this candle. It's the bottom of this one, bottom of this one. That $1.44 line could be another good support here. That might be worth drawing. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, even if you disagree. You know I'm not here to hate on your thoughts, all right? Let's take a look at ACB. ACB, okay, again, why do I have ACB here, right? Because ACB was kind of reminding me of an early SNDL, all right? SNDL was battling the 50, was able to break the 50 and get into these. Obviously is now below it, right? ACB, battling the 50. It's now obviously just under it right now too, right? So in some ways, I think I'm still going with the thought that if SNDL can recover, which if you just saw the last part, I think it will, so will ACB. Again, there isn't much ACB direct news that justifies this going down. I'm not here to care about justification, right? Like I think when you start doing that, that's when you let emotion get in a little bit too much, right? But if SNDL recovers, ACB recovers. I think that's kind of the best analysis I have. It's why I've been kind of connecting the two of them, right? I've been talking about this volume thing. Let me see it again. Yeah, dude, look at this. Way more buying than selling. Way more buying than selling, right? Like this single day alone was 254 million shares. We've come nowhere near unload. Like, it's not great right now. Don't get me wrong. We were at $1 when that peak happened, and we're now sitting under 50% of that, right? Like, I get that. That's never a good thing. It's weird, right? Because like I don't want to sit here sounding like I'm like a fake fanboy saying it's okay when it's not. Because there are a bunch of things happening that I don't like. They go against my rules, right? I still think that this is a bad reaction to Tilray that should go away. And the lingering comment that I'm bullish on 24 because of earnings still kind of stands. Things would have been so much more different if Tilray earnings was good. I'm like, my goodness, right? But is what it is. I'm hoping that this is just a little blimp. I know a lot of the stuff I've said has almost nothing to do with ACB itself, right? But the important thing I think at least to say is 48 cents is what matters. If this thing can get over 48, get into that like close basically over at 49, yeah, I think it's 49, 48 won't do. Break 49 cents, all right? And this is a little bit of a high 49, so let me just give me a second because I'm taking half of that thing. I'm going to take it back, but damn, okay. Yeah, 49 is this. That's where it starts. Low 49 works for me. Again, I wish that there were more decimals on some stocks. Sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't, whatever. A low 49 cents, like 0.490491, I think will make ACB a more interesting stock. So let me know your thoughts and opinions. Obviously, if we're under them on the daily, we're under them on the weekly, right? So no, let's go back to the daily before I switch. Let's look at HITI. This makes me happy. This does make me happy for two reasons. Number one, obviously for high tide shareholders, right? And you know I'll talk about high tide shortly, but I am glad to see a stock doing well while the Tilray earnings reaction is still actually bad. Tilray has gone down, down, down. You know I often say what Tilray does, everyone else will, right? So the fact that high tide went down, like again, day of, that's a big, bad, scary red candle. Lo and behold, we're back doing our thing over the 8 moving average. And hey, today's not a pretty candle, but lo and behold, we're still over all the moving averages, right? So it makes me happy to see that high tide is doing well. I'm about to get to OGI. OGI did well. And again, I like that we're seeing the Tilray reaction not keep everyone else down. Again, I think it's fair to say last year, year before that, almost year, like that's been the case where one stock gives some bad news and everyone goes down. Now what's happening is high tide is kind of doing its own little high tide thing here. And it's kind of doing it on top of, like I said, what should be an overall bullish 2024 year, right? So I like that we're back over the moving averages. I like that we didn't keep going down here, right? Like there are things that we're still really close. We haven't quite broken out yet. Because again, you know my rhyme, break all 5 and fly. Right? The problem is we haven't really broken. And to me, it's the lack of really good back-to-back candles. Like that doesn't quite count because that's still breaking lines. That's still breaking lines. That's kind of the first one. And then we go green, red, green, red, green, red, green. Doji don't count. Doji don't count. Red. Doji don't green. Red. Like this thing just can't give me that back-to-back that makes me say, yup. We've now broken all 5. We're now ready to fly, all right? This was a green, 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 red, 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 red that I'm surprised didn't go much faster, in all honesty, all right? But there is plenty of it on this stock, okay? We've, interesting. That's interesting. There's this gap line, right? Like the gap from here to here. This one stopped us once, twice. We're now back on it. Man, it feels like that one might want to break here. It's interesting. I didn't zoom out actually when I was looking at high tide. Interesting. Yeah, there's a lot to like on this high tide chart. There is, and again, I think my favorite part is just all the actual like fundamental info I get from my viewer comments, right? Like there are a lot of very strong fundamental, and I can tell when it's fanboy and fangirl kind of updates and what seem like good fundamentals, like the earnings back to back to back, like it's This one's an interesting one. Again, this is a stock that's living in the 400K world. 1.5 is a giant big day, right? Like that's significantly different from CGC, where bad days are 1 million and good ones are in the hundreds, right? That one's volume's only 30. Only 30. I say that jokingly, right? Way different than Tilray, right? That one's in the hundreds, right? So high tide, volume is king. Like we need this to get more volume. And hey, I'm at least liking that, like this white line, it's been up here before, right? The average, right? Like the average has been high before. We're relatively holding that. Like it's not like we're dropping into like the silly single double digits, right? Like we're not going to an average of 10K anymore. We're holding, right? So hopefully it just kind of keeps going up too, right? But high tide, I think for me the biggest thing is the hold above the moving averages, over them all on the daily, coming up to a very big test on the 100. All right, this 187 line now is getting a little bit louder. You can see the average 100 is actually at $1.86, only a penny away from my horizontal line. This 100 moving average has not, we haven't even closed over it, let alone broken it since, I think it's even fair to say this, since December of 2021. 2 full years well under that blue line, right? So not going to be an easy line, but you know the rhyme, break the 100, go to the 200, right? Like there's a good little distance between there, right? So I'm not necessarily saying it's going to go all the way to that 350 line, but you know, I think there's reason to believe this can come into that 245 range maybe in the next coming weeks if 187 breaks. All right, start to get me 190, 192, 193, 194, make me believe. You know what the real money line probably is? I think it's this. I think the real, look at that, 193, $1.93, $1.94. That's the money line to what could be a nice run to 245. I think that's a good place to end this thing. High tide. Let me know your thoughts and opinions, even if you disagree. OGI. All right, again, you know I'm not here to brag, right? Like, I would much rather you all say good things than me say good things. But I made a video on the 5th, okay? On the 5th, I was saying this thing was getting ready. All right, where was that? Right here? Right here. You can see what happened since the 5th. And what was it all about? It was all about the 100 moving average, all right? I think before I even get to this, I want to echo what I just said on high tide, just in case you fast forward it, all right? I always say what Tilray does, others will too. Tilray has had a horrible last 4 days. It has gone nothing but down. It went from almost 250 to $1.80 something. OGI did not care at all. All it did was go up, up, up. Look, it had a bad day on the Tuesday actual earnings itself. That's all it was. This thing was trying to break the 100, 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 never gave up and went. All right, break the 100, go to the 200, right? And again, one thing that I love is it did something right here, did something right here, and then it did all that bunch of it before it went, right? Like a line can only take so much before it has to give up, okay? Now, that 200 line, look how far I'm zooming out. I'm zooming out to all the way to September 2021. We've done absolutely nothing except one moment here and then basically yesterday, okay? For an entire 2.5 years, we've only had 2 good days and neither of them held, okay? Today's an interesting candle. You know I respect the doji. I am not a candle shape trader. I'm a break the line, lose a line kind of guy. The doji is important. And my favorite part of the doji is 2 things. Not this one specifically, I mean. I love that the all the way down never even came close to losing that 200 line. And where it ended was pretty much where we ended yesterday. So this is a decent doji in my head. Look, I can see us coming down to 156 here. I'm not going to lie to you, man. This thing might be ready to break all 5 and fly. I need one more candle. That's a good candle. Doji don't count. We might get another good... Look, I need 2 back-to-backs. I need Tuesday and Wednesday to do well for me to put a $2.60 target here. I think what would also do it is breaking this 185 line. I'm going to go ahead and draw that. If we close at 186 or better, it's really, really hard. Let me draw maybe that line. Maybe that'll stop it. I don't even think it will. If we can break 185, I think 217 and 256 would be coming next, okay? The same volume comments I've been echoing across. So many more people bought right here. Not a lot of people have been selling this thing. There's still a lot of people holding OGI. I like that, all right? So OGI, there's a lot to like here. And again, I think for me, I've been saying, look, I do my best to not be a fanboy, all right? Fanboys get way more videos than some random dude saying negative things about stocks, believe me, all right? I'm believing in this 2024 election year a lot, all right? And I like seeing this. I like seeing HITI. I like seeing stocks not follow Tilray. I like seeing them also seem like they want more, because maybe Tilray can recover and start following the others and then go back to the... Sometimes the leader of the wolf pack gets injured. I'm assuming the leader of the wolf pack heals and goes back to the front, or at least puts up a fight, right? You get what I'm saying? So I'm liking things. I really... Well, did I look at the weekly? Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Break 185, and it's going to mean break the 50, go to the 100. Lots of red, 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 red. I like my 3 lines right there. I think 256 is a real good high target. I think 217 is actually relatively realistic as well. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I like this. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Otherwise, almost another 20 minutes, but not too bad. Let's close it out with VFF. Yo, VFF is setting up. Ooh. When I'm done making this video, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to go to my actual personal stack and see what this thing looks like. But I like VFF. All right, there's a few things jumping out. Oh, nice. Look at this. Hell yeah. What am I looking at? I'm looking at this 200 moving average line. All right. It has been, dude, it's this one. It's been since January, February, March. It's since May of 2021 that we've been under that purple line on the daily. We made a nice attack in September. We've made beautiful attacks in November and December and January. And man, we are actually at this moment sitting above all 5 moving averages. I like today's candle because look in the box over there. The high of the day at 83 cents was the close of the day at that green number on top, 83. People kept buying and buying and buying and buying and buying until they said, hey, we're closed. We're closed on Martin Luther King Day. Come back Tuesday, you know? I do not care about this after hours drop. Get out of here. I do not care about that, all right? This is a good candle. We're sitting above all the moving averages. Give me a little more, and for real, this could do what OGI just did, all right? I like another stock not following Tilray down. Look, Tilray went down on Tuesday. Almost everyone went down on Tuesday. This one went Wednesday too, but Thursday, Friday didn't. I'll take that. You know what I mean? So let me know your thoughts and opinions. Otherwise, you know I appreciate your time. Thank you. Thank you.